Hey, I'm Jamey from Stonemeyer Games, and today I'm going to talk about my favorite mechanism in I'll call it a party game, but it feels a little bit different than party games, the game Hues and Cues. Not clues, but cues. So here is what the game looks like. It is a large grid of colors, and not these tokens, but on the board itself. These are colors, and in the game, you'll take turns drawing a card, and that card will show you four different colors. You'll choose one of them, and then you need to give a one-word clue to help all the other players guess what color you are referring to. So, for example, this player, I should have thought about this in advance, but here is a player in this area. They might say, peach. There's some rules about like you can't say primary color words. Like I can't say red. Peach, I think, is allowed because the peach is referring to the fruit and not the color peach. So I might say peach here, and then everybody places one of their tokens on the board. This cardboard thing, which I'll talk about in a moment, is not there when you're giving these clues. So they have the whole board that they're looking at. And then you have another chance to give a two-word clue when they get to place their second token to see if to get some clarity on that. So maybe a bunch of players placed over here in the green area, and so I might emphasize something else that moves them a little bit more towards this orange yellow area, this orange yellow pink area. So my favorite mechanism, well, actually, there are two mechanisms in the game that I really appreciate. One is the fact that when you are the clue giver, you have a choice of four different colors. I was surprised when I was the cue giver that how hard it was to come up with something specific for those colors. And so I'm glad that I had the choice of four. That was really nice, that I wasn't just choosing one. I had four different colors to choose from, and I came up with a decent clue, I think, for one of them. The other favorite mechanism is more of a component choice, and it ties to the mechanisms, which is this cardboard box right here. So after all players have guessed, you put this box on the grid. Color that you're trying to get them to guess. So in this case, yellow, the yellow player guessed exactly right. However, they aren't the only ones to get points. So if you guess it exactly right, that player gets 3 points. The other players, however, and you can see the grid reminds you of this, because these other tokens, blue, white, and pink, are inside the grid. So they're pretty close to the color you were trying to get them to guess. They each get 2 points. And then outside of the grid, again, a clever component choice. They show the 1 here. If you are directly adjacent, if you're along the edges here of where you were trying to get them to guess, you get 1 point. The player also who was giving the clues, they get points for everyone who is inside the box. So I thought this was really, really clever, that it isn't just a game about getting the clue exactly correct, that there are varying degrees to correctness, to being correct, and that there's a nice visual to show who got what. I know you could easily play this game, not easily, you could play this game without this box, but it really does make a huge difference to put it on the table to show what the correct answer is and how you're going to score. It really does help quite a bit. So I think this is a really clever component / mechanism in Hues and Cues to help with scoring, both aid with scoring and to reward players for getting pretty close to what you were trying to get them to guess. That is my favorite mechanism in Hues and Clues. This little box. I don't know what else to call it other than a box. But I think it was implemented really cleverly here by the designer, Scott Brady. Yeah, let me know your thoughts if you've played a game like this where a single component makes a really big difference in a combination of scoring and or the satisfaction, the rewarding element of the game. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below, or if you have a favorite mechanism that I didn't discuss in Hues and Cues. Not clues, cues. Thanks.